This next problem is again one that you have to be able to solve using, well, yeah, integration. So I'm just going to do that again real quick. So if we're doing a force or a particle, has an initial velocity, if the atmospheric resistance, so we have drag given by 0.01 v squared. I'll write that like this because that's a force. Force equals 0.01 v squared. Come here. So we have a force that is dependent upon motion, and we also have a weight. So when I do my sum of the forces in the y, I have minus mass times gravity minus 0.01 v squared, okay? And that equals the mass of the projectile times the acceleration in the y direction, okay? So, yeah. So essentially, whenever I'm solving this problem, I have to go in here and I can't just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, just to make it pretty, I'm going to define positive as down. So my accelerator, actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to leave it normal. So we're going to get a negative value for acceleration. We're going to be big kids, and we're going to be okay with it. So since it's asking us for a height and not a time, come here, girl, what just happened? Since it's asking us for a height and not a time, we don't necessarily want to sub in that dv/dt thing because we don't actually know what the times are. Instead, remember we have that other weird one. So we have negative 98.1 minus 0.01 v squared. I'm just doing this for a second. 10 acceleration. Remember we had that a ds equals v dv thing? Vaguely, maybe not. So acceleration is equal to velocity, d velocity over ds. You're like, no, don't remember, I already stopped listening. That's okay. On the off chance someone is still here, I'm going to finish this problem. So negative 9.81 minus 0.01 v squared equals 10 v dv ds. Well, that's certainly terrible. Why would I want to do it that way? Is that what the book is doing? Possibly. Let's see what happens next. Okay. Can we get all the v's to one side? No, it feels like I've done something very, very awful here. Hold on. Nope, this is exactly how the book is solving it, and it's really ugly. D, V, hold on. Let me get all the v's on one side and all the s's on the other. So if I do that, hold on, I gotta go real slow here because I've been recording videos for like 1,000 years and I'm tired. So negative 90, I already messed up here, 98.1 equals 10 v dv. You know what, I'm gonna get rid of that 10 by dividing everything by 10. And then maybe I'll be less scared. .001. I don't know how that's any less scary. But, you know, sometimes v dv ds. But I need to get the other v over there. How do I do that? Do I just divide both sides by v? Okay, I'm just going to divide both sides by v and see what happens. dv ds equals negative 9.81 minus 0.001 v squared divided by v. This is hideous. Why would anyone ever do this? Okay, this is calculus. I'm a big girl. I can calculus. I'm gonna, I guess, divide and then multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by ds. but then divide both sides by the reciprocal of this thing here. So I think what I'm going to end up with is dv equals v over negative 9.81, oops, not equals, dv, come here. Yeah, this is a terrible problem. Strongly unrecommend. 0.001 v squared equals ds. And I'll put the dv on the other side now, so maybe that makes more sense. dv equals ds. Oh, that was awful. Why would I do that? And now I really don't want to solve this. This is yucky. So hopefully that made sense. It took me an extra second to get there, but I think we're there now. Okay, so if it's going to integrate this for no reason, I start at a position of an unknown height until I fall to the ground. Is that what I'm doing? I've already forgotten. It's been so long now. Determine the maximum height it will travel. Oh, but that's an initial velocity of 50. Okay, so an initial velocity is 50 and a final velocity is 0. Its initial position is 0 and the final height is h. And I'm just not going to do that. You know who can do that for me really well? Is my calculator. So I'm going to, if I can find my integral sign, integral. I'm going to integrate x divided by negative 9.81. Look at me, I'm so amazing. Minus 0.001 x squared. And I'm going to integrate the x from 50 to 0. And I'm going to make sure I typed it in right. And the answer is 113. Equals h minus 0, so the maximum height is 113 meters. Did I get that right? I don't know. Let's find out. And if I did, I'm going to go have a soda pop. Yay! I got it! Okay, so basically the idea is that if you know base principles and you don't get scared right at the end of calculus like I did, you just got to be strong and brave. You'll eventually get there. All the answers are there for you. They're right for the picking. You just have to apply the same sum of the forces equals mass times acceleration, and then remember all the stuff we did in chapters 3 and 4, and I swear it'll all come out. It's gonna be fine. You got this.